shift your knowledge gear to the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart, rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart, rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supply. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Oh, yeah. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Ask away, Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Ooh, Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra.
We have audio. Live, plugged in, everything.
Here we go. We're here. I hear myself. That's always the good news.
We're back.
We're back. It's another Tuesday, and it's another podcast for Mohawk Table Talk. Welcome, everybody. Have you ever wondered what actually happens when you drop your car off for service at Mohawk Honda or Mohawk Chevrolet? From routine maintenance to complex repairs, today we are pulling back the curtain on the Mohawk Honda experience with a special guest that you'll see soon.
That sounds mysterious.
You like that?
We're pulling back the curtain.
If there ever was a curtain, we're pulling it back.
That's right.
The metaphorical curtain.
It's unveil. It's more like it. But absolutely, everybody, welcome to Mohawk Table Talk. I'm Mike. This is Nate. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest. We're certainly going to give you some local updates. And I'll start off because it's like spring outside.
Oh, man. I walked outside. I was like, ooh, T-shirt weather. This is great.
What a difference a week makes. I feel like it was last week. I was freezing cold. It was below zero. There was snow, ice, everything. And I was just outside. It's 50 degrees. Everything's melting.
My watch says 45.
Okay, well, you haven't been outside. Maybe
I
it's
haven't
45.
been outside.
It's 45 in here.
If the sun is out, it's definitely, it's definitely 50.
So it's not quite spring. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. The groundhog told us that we had a few more weeks, but we're going to fight that as long as we can. So,
yeah. What's the name? Puxtamy? Puxtany?
That's right.
Puxtany?
Well, I think that's the name of the town. Punxsutawney.
Oh, well, that's what I heard the groundhog.
His name is Phil, though.
Phil. From,
right.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
Well,
his name's Phil.
That was
Phil,
February.
we're fighting you, Phil.
That was February 2nd. That was almost 3 weeks ago now. It's February 25th, 2025, and we're only a week or a few days away from March. And but we have a lot going on that we want to talk about before we get to the main topic of the day, which certainly service is important to everybody. Just about everybody who is watching or listening either owns a vehicle or gets driven in a vehicle, a family has a vehicle. So we want to make sure that you understand how easy it is to service your vehicle at the dealership, specifically Mohawk Honda and Mohawk Chevrolet.
Absolutely. And with that, it's time to get into some local news. And apparently, I'm a little late to the game on this, but in January, there was a bill proposed. It's not through everything. It's not signed or anything like that. It's in the preliminaries, but it would give you a 5-day grace period on your inspection when it gets expired.
The New York State inspection.
The New York
we're
State
talking about,
inspection.
your vehicle inspection.
Yes.
So, ooh, that's actually big, right?
I
That's
mean,
like
I
one of
like
those
that.
things-
You know, there's some days you're just like, you look and you're like, oh, snap, my inspection's up.
That's one of those things you don't even think of until your inspection is up, and your inspection's up at the end of February, and it's March 1st, and you're like, oh boy, oh no,
Yep.
I better go. I better not go to work. I better go directly to the inspection station, come to Mohawk Honda or Mohawk Chevrolet,
Yep.
and get that car inspected right away. So the proposal sounds like it's a 5-day grace period.
Yep. So you get a
You
5.
won't get in trouble,
You won't get in trouble.
but it's proposed so far. So
It's proposed.
okay,
It is currently in it was introduced. It's in the in committee Senate. Apparently, there's like 12 more processes.
wow, okay, for that inspection.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
technically.
I'm
It's
looking
got to
at
go
Nate's
through
screen. That
in
looks
committee
like
assembly. Then it's got to go to on floor. Then it's got to be on the floor calendar for the Senate, on floor calendar for the assembly, passed in the Senate, passed in the assembly. Then it gets delivered to the governor,
Wow.
and then the governor has to sign it.
all right.
So,
Well,
how long
that's-
does it take? Like when they sign it, I don't even know if that needs to be in there. I just assume it goes to the governor, but
That's a lot for a car guy like me. I'll just wait to see what the result is, and we'll know if everybody has a 5-day grace period or not.
if you're listening, how long does it usually take to go through there if you're in New York State?
Well-
Maybe you are a New York State senator and you know about this and you want to talk to us
Yeah.
about it. We'd love to talk to you back.
That's right. That's
So
right.
let us know.
Because that's information that people want to know.
Yes.
Right? It's those things that you don't think about. You only think about it once a year.
Yep.
And in New York, your state inspection on your vehicles due every year. There are states that go 2 years, but not New York, which is actually a good thing. It's not an inconvenience. It's a good thing.
It
We
is
wanna
a good
make
thing because
sure-
then, you go down to like South where they have no vehicle inspections
Yeah,
and they're
that's-
like, they're riding, you're like, dude, that vehicle's going to fall
Right,
apart.
I was going to say, why would we want to do that? I think it's a safety idea, at least for me, right? It makes sense that you'd want to make sure your vehicle's safe. The state wants to make sure it's safe. And even if your vehicle is fine, those vehicles that you're traveling next to and
Yeah, it's
and
not
you're
necessarily
traveling
your
by-
vehicle; it's everybody else
Yeah,
around.
so we
you.
want to make sure everybody's safe. So that we'll see what happens with that. That 5-day grace period certainly won't. It'll just be a convenience thing. So hopefully we have good news. On that note, last week we talked. Oh, it's March 1st, so I'm still a few days early. The speed limit.
Oh yes, the
In
Schenectady
Schenectady.
speed limit.
We're going to keep bringing this up because I was driving on the way today. I go, we're going to do the podcast. I don't see any speed limit signs changed, but I was way ahead of myself. It's not until March 1st.
Yeah, it's not until March 1st, and like there's going to be that one person. They're not even. I feel like they're not even going to have the signs up in time. I feel like it's just like,
Right, how could they do that?
yeah, I don't
That
know.
would, that would take certainly an act of legislation.
I'm waiting for people to drive around and start posting like maybe the speed limit signs that have like a cover over them. So like once March 1st
yeah,
comes around,
okay.
they can be like,
Okay.
"Whoopah." Surprise.
It might be March 1st, though. And just to rewind, that was last week. We had talked about the fact that Schenectady is changing their city speed limit, again, inner city, from 30 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour.
Correct.
So leave that extra 2 minutes early to get to work.
Yep.
Don't be that guy or girl that's late because you didn't know
You
the
get
speed
pulled
limit
over.
changed. I'll make sure I'm early.
Maybe we should hand out a PSA to all of our customers.
That's a great idea.
Send an
Right.
email
Well,
out.
they're
email
all
blast.
they're all watching and listening.
Yeah,
so
they're
we'll be-
all
we'll be
watching
okay.
our beautiful podcast. Of course, they're going to know about this. One other thing that we did bring up, I think 2 episodes ago, but is still in effect, is the Advanced Clean Cars 2, also known as ACC2. It's a regulation that was adopted by New York State in December 2022, which mandates a progressive increase in zero-emission vehicle sales, aiming for 35% of passenger cars and trucks to be EVs by model year 2026. So escalating to 100% by 2035, which we talked about is not feasible just math-wise. The math isn't mathing.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And,
No.
and I had brought the stats to the table almost every episode, that the nationwide, the EV penetration is 8%, 8 and change last year in terms of the amount of new cars sold. Only 8% plus were EVs.
Right.
So New York is talking about putting some mandate in place
Yep.
where they're asking to almost quadruple that amount, 3 to 4 times that amount. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
And ultimately, this is certainly our opinion, my opinion, that it just doesn't seem right for the state to force customers to buy certain vehicles if they
Right.
don't want to buy them. Making them available, that's a whole nother story. So both of our stores, Mohawk Honda, Mohawk Chevrolet, we have BEVs, battery electric vehicles. We have EVs and hybrids available. And we I know I have comfort in the fact that if somebody would like to buy one, you can buy one. If they don't want to buy one, you don't have to buy one. You should be able to buy what you'd like to buy, not what the state says you have to buy.
Right. Well, I think it's going to affect businesses most, right? Because you have the fleet vehicles that individuals will have to buy, right? And typically, if you're buying a fleet, is 5+. So within that, you have to buy an EV.
Right.
And EVs right now are more expensive than your ICE vehicles, or also known as internal combustion engine, if you ever hear that term out there. So in order to, you're essentially forcing businesses to pay more for a vehicle they may not want.
Right. And it just has to fit each person's or each business's profile. And it doesn't fit everybody's, which is okay. We're certainly proponents of electric vehicles. We know it's the way of the future. But when I think about the way of the future, I think about a choice to buy an electric vehicle, not necessarily a mandate.
Right.
The same reversed. If somebody wants to buy an electric vehicle, nobody, the dealer, the manufacturer, or the state shouldn't force those people to say, you can't buy an electric vehicle, even though it's right there for sale. You have to buy a regular internal combustion engine vehicle. That's my point. And I'm sure it's Nate's point too, that we need just to be very cognizant of the fact that this is something that we know the dealers are putting a bit of a roadblock on any voice that we have, any voice that you have, to let the state know that we all would like to have it be the consumer's choice, not the state's choice.
Right. And again, we love EVs. We like the fact that there's all these different aspects that come along with EVs. Routine maintenance actually decreases, all these fun things. They last longer. But you may not want to. Maybe you want a hybrid.
It's not for everybody.
We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to buy the vehicle you want, have the experience you want at our dealership. So please take a look into this. If you are a concerned citizen, please reach out to our local lawmakers. Let them know, hey, tone it back a little bit. We want the same thing you want, but let's rethink and reevaluate this law.
Oof. Absolutely. Yeah, that was, once we get talking about this, we could go on probably a whole episode about it.
Of course.
So without further ado, we want to talk about what's going on here.
Yeah.
Right, in the dealership. And speaking of new vehicles and new regulations and all that stuff, did you see the new 2026
Did I
Honda
see
Passport?
the new 2026 Honda Passport? I drove it.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't even get to drive it.
Well,
it's gone.
that's a perk of, needing to give video content and photos for the community of Mohawk Honda.
That's right.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
And we appreciate it. Social media appreciates it. I'm sure everybody here follows our page, our Facebook page, and our social media. But we had a whole bunch of posts. The 2026 brand newly designed, newly designed Honda Passport arrived, redesigned at the dealership last week. And we had a lot of activity about it. We had folks, everybody who was in for service, which we're going to get to just a second, was asking about, especially current Honda owners and especially current Passport owners. But whole new design, really innovative. And, check out our website. We do have information on there about arrivals. Obviously, the first one's arrived, and it's already been sold and delivered. It was that quick.
Sold and delivered, already gone, and we have more on the way.
They're going to make more.
There is rumor that it will be a Trail Sport, which is the one that they've been actively showcasing. So I'm excited to see that more rugged, all that fun stuff. A more rugged Passport, which is already a rugged vehicle. It's like a rugged vehicle. You're like, when you were a kid, you're like, infinity times infinity. There's it's a rugged Passport.
That's pretty rugged. You know what? I guarantee that our social team and maybe you and I will do a ride and drive, and we'll make.
There we go, ride and drive with Mike and Nate.
Spawned a
segment. It's a segment.
It's a segment.
It's a segment from Mohawk Table Talk. But producers, put that in the notes.
So the new Passport, huge news for Mohawk Honda. Also, we have some stuff that's company wide. What else we have for the folks that's going on?
Yes, we got a bunch of things coming up in this upcoming month, and March Madness. Oh shoot, I can't say that. It's Mohawk Madness. Mohawk Madness. Strike that. I don't want to cease and desist. It's Mohawk Madness, everybody, coming up in March. Basketball.
Right.
Mohawk Madness basketball tournament. And So with this, we are doing a charity event at the Boys and Girls Club in Schenectady with 4 teams. We have 4 teams: the Mohawk Boogeymen, the Answers, the Tropics, and the Team Titans.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember Teen Titans.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, Teen Titans. All right, sounds good. Rolling on. But we are actually going to do a live draft. Yes, we are drafting the players for this game that is happening not this Sunday, but next Sunday at the Boys and Girls Club in Schenectady.
Now, the game is happening, that's what, March 9th, right?
Yeah.
The game is happening on the 9th, but the draft is happening this week.
Right.
And there's no trades allowed, right?
No trades. Sorry.
No currency will exchange
No
hands.
currencies will be traded. We'll be live on DraftKings. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. If there's any back bets, I can neither confirm or deny that will happen. Right. But yeah, so take a look at that. Tune in Thursday at 12 o'clock. We're going to be drafting all of the players for all of those teams. And other updates, we have our Sienna partnership. So if you haven't seen that, we are partnering with Sienna. Mohawk Chevrolet and Sienna are doing some fun things. Be on the lookout. We had Baloo in the dealership yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Baloo is looking for a car for the March on to Atlantic City.
Wow.
For the MAC tournament.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that video. Aspire Fitness Club. We are partnering with Aspire Fitness Club too. We're going to have a nice collaboration going on. They can't see above us, so which is really good. Maybe they'll see a little bit. Maybe if you're listening, you kind of look and see what's going on there. But we are going to be partnering with Aspire. We have some nice merch coming out. So be on the lookout for that. This Saturday, if you are an avid winter goer, you enjoy winter festivals such as the Winter Carnival in Lake George, we are sponsoring that. So tune in. We're going to have some vehicles there. We'll have some banners there. So take a look at that. Whew. Lastly, Plate Change Challenge is coming back to Mohawk Honda, where the reigning champ Mike Healy may or may not play again.
That's right. He might, retire?
He might retire and become the pundit for Mohawk Plate Change Challenge.
That's right. And well, boy, talk about a segue. So Mike Healy is the service manager at Mohawk Honda. Plate Change Challenge, man of all lots of different skills and knowledge, and he has provided to us our special guest today.
Yes,
or I should say, he has said that, you know what, she will definitely give the folks some insight on how service works, which is really our topic for today.
So welcoming our primed superior service advisor,
top notch, yeah, top rated service advisor,
Sam Denisio, everybody.
Almost every month. Sam Denisio, welcome Mohawk Table Talk. So Sam's been at the dealership for a while. How long have you been here?
This summer will be my 6th year.
Ooh,
yeah.
6 years.
Veteran.
6 years. Absolutely. And Sam is one of the lead service advisors, and a service advisor, for those who haven't been in a dealership in a while, I know most of the audience has, but when you come into Mohawk Honda specifically, and you approach the service area, you'll see the folks that are there waiting to assist you and get you set with your service visit for the day. We term those service advisors or client advisors, and she'll handle all the explanation of exactly what's going on. So I'm not going to speak for Sam, but Sam, how's service going here? It's in the start of 2025. Seems it's busy to me.
It's been very busy.
Crazy busy, yeah, right?
Recalls.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh, recalls.
It's a little foreshadowing to the bet you didn't know, but we're not going to talk about that yet. not talk about that yet. So if you could, for the folks now, we know that most people buy a new vehicle, right? Let's say a Honda, because we're in a Honda store. Mm-hmm. Buy a new Honda, and then, of course, they service the vehicle where they bought it for the most part, and we deal with most of our clients, and most of our customers are local to us. So they come back. Let's talk about that first time they come back. They've driven the car 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles. It's been a few months, and they come in for that first service. Kind of walk the folks through kind of what that looks like from the customer's point of view. Where do they come in? What do they do? And how does that work?
They'll pull right in our service drive. As soon as they come in our service drive, they'll pull over our UVI machine, which takes pictures underneath the car, the military-grade machine. So it does that, and then our greeters will greet you, let you know, ask you who you are, what you're here for, and then they'll grab us, our service advisors.
Okay.
And then we'll get the process started with them.
Awesome. And that, so they drive in the service drive, which I know I try to highlight that area. There's some overhead doors, right? The big doors that
The
open
big
up,
garage bay
and
doors,
they
yep.
automatically open when you drive up to
They
them.
do. That's a new feature we
Which
have.
is cool.
As soon as you pull up, they open right up.
So you don't have to wait for somebody to
Nope.
press the button. So they open up, you drive in where it's warm.
It is very warm.
Where
in
it's
there now.
warm, and that's where the process starts. Now, can you tell the folks, kind of catching Sam by surprise here on the definition, but the UVI machine,
Yes.
and that's, I believe that's U, like the letter U,
V and
V,
then I.
and then I, like your eyeball.
Yep.
So UVI machine. So what does that machine do, and how does that help the customers?
So when they pull over the machine, it takes a whole scan of the underneath your car. It detects rust, leaks, everything like that, and it also checks your tire tread depths. And it does,
Oh, wow.
It checks for rim like rash. If you have a problem with your tire and how old your tire is, it tells you if your tire's
wow.
like expired. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So that's some like, if I heard you right, it's like a military grade.
That's what, it's
right?
a military grade machine.
What do they mean by that? Oh, I remember Mike, the service manager, talk about that. Wasn't that the same technology that they use to scan for hazardous things, like underneath vehicles where military have to kind of secure?
Like that,
Right. So that's crazy. So that's some great technology that we have, and so we have that technology in those two entrance lanes, right?
The first two,
First two?
And then
Okay.
when you're in the waiting area, there's a whole kiosk that you can go and view your vehicle while you're waiting for service.
I saw that. I'll have to put that on my next walkthrough service on our live. But
Absolutely.
there's this big, and when she says kiosk, boy, this thing is what, 6 feet tall, and it's
like
a
giant
huge,
iPad.
it's a huge iPad, and you can see your vehicle and you can touch it, right? You can touch
Correct,
the
yep.
screen, and it pulls up an image of your vehicle and gets you all this info. But I will probably assuming here, but the service advisor probably already has all this information about the car.
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
We get a scan on our computer, so we'll see it all for you, and we'll let you know if anything's alerting.
Cool. What's the advantage of coming to a dealership where they have where we have a UVI machine compared to where they don't? What are some things that the customer gets from that UVI?
We can also tell you if your car's out of alignment. So if an alignment is needed, you don't want to have new tires and have them wearing unevenly.
Okay.
You're kind of throwing money away.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. Right.
Yeah,
Nope.
And it tells you, like, so if you do have a leak under your car and you were unaware, it'll show us too. So we can kind of catch it before the technician catches it.
Sounds like it saves some time.
It
Definitely
does.
saves
That's
some
like
time.
the quick. Have you ever driven your car over that?
Oh, I have.
I have too. It's like a little like.
I don't like to see what
takes like a
it shows me, but I have. I have driven over it.
Yeah, and when we say drive over it, you just drive. It's just you just drive, and there's a scanner underneath.
Correct.
If I remember.
It flashes, so some customers are like, "What is that?"
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. Well, that's good news. And so the next step, so they drive over that. The machine captures all the information about your vehicle, which is really helpful. Also saves you some time. And then the greeters, they'll open the door for you and kind of show you to the service area where our professionals like Sam kind of take it from there. And then what's the next step there? What do you do? Like, how does that work for a customer? What's the next step that you do?
So once we bring you over to our desk, we go over just like your information, make sure we're up to date on all your information, go over what you're getting done today, cost of everything, show you over to our nice waiting area where we have the coffee machine, the TVs, they like that.
That's right. We got a lot of TVs.
Yeah, we do a lot of TVs. Show them where the showroom is because they like to wander around. And when it's nice out, the new patio upstairs, they do gloves.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Coming soon. Mohawk Table Talk from the
On the patio.
Yeah.
I know, that'll be cool.
So
yeah.
we're in spring, but we're not quite there yet. There's still some snow up there. Right. So the amenities in the showroom, and we're all super proud, and we mention it. I know I mention it almost every week that the showroom has been open for almost a year. March of 2024 is when we reopened the showroom with that waiting area. Very comfortable. And I'd mention that blue stage. This is on topic, but that blue stage redesign that the showroom has at Mohawk Honda is very COVID and space centric. So we make sure that there's a lot of space, there's spatial awareness there. So you're not kind of like sitting right on top of your neighbor. Not that they're not nice, but you don't need to be that close for just health reasons. So that's really cool. So let me ask you back to the write-up. So when we say write-up, that's when the service advisor is confirming everything, right?
Actually, it means when you go to the principal's office.
That's like a demerit. A detention?
I'm just kidding.
No, Nate's thinking back from his days in school.
That's all I think of when I think of write-up, you know?
So also with that scan and the service advisor has the info, is it fair to say that you'll also know if the customer's vehicle has a recall?
Correct. Yeah, because we automatically do a VIN inquiry of the vehicle every time they come.
Okay. Super, super important, right?
It is, yes.
Because
you don't want to miss it.
a lot of folks get that information in their email, meaning recall information, or in the mail, or both.
Correct.
But I'm guilty. I don't know about you. I'm guilty. I get something in the mail, and unless it's a bill that's due or something for me, I may not pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So I bet you a lot of people are the same way. I may not even notice that recall was there.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So that's super helpful. Super helpful for our customers that VIN inquiry is done. And by VIN inquiry, it takes your vehicle identification number, puts it through that Honda, in this case, or Chevrolet database. And the database directly from the manufacturer indicates whether there are any open recalls. And if there are open recalls or a recall, what happens next?
We'll ask the customer if they have time to do it today.
Okay.
So if they do have multiple recalls, or if they have one or two, we'll let them know, like, hey, you have this open recall. And if they want to do it, we'll go ahead and just let them know how long they'll be there. And we get this started for them. Awesome. And
if I'm not mistaken, sorry to take this over here from Sam, but I got my brain going in the service mode. Every vehicle that comes into the service department, I believe, regardless of why you're here, oil change, recall, brakes, tires, all that stuff, anything that you're here for, we provide a multi-point inspection. Is that right?
We do a complimentary multi-point inspection and a battery test.
Complimentary.
Ooh.
That means
every time.
no charge.
Yes.
Right. So the inspection's no charge.
That's right.
Where else? Now that's not New York State inspection.
Nope, not the New York State inspection.
That's the inspection of all the major components of your vehicle, including things that can be wearable, right? Like
Correct.
the UVI
brakes,
machine
tires.
says.
Yep.
Tires,
The
wiper
fluids.
blades.
Yeah, we check all of those. We even check those in the service drive when we do our walk around. We'll check your windshield wipers for you.
Double checks.
Tires. Yep. So you're getting double check
It's
while
like
you're
a
here.
discount double check. Are we allowed to say that?
Can't say discount.
All right. Well, double check. We're double and triple check those wipers. I don't know about you, but even on my demo right now, the wipers are just not clearing. Like it went from ice to 50 degrees. I don't know what's going on. My wiper fluid is out. I'm like,
Using it too much.
Yeah,
I
know. I need to come in for a service. Okay, so we've made it. So the customers made it, and I'm talking a lot here. It's not that it doesn't take that long as I'm talking. This is a quick process.
Quicker, yeah.
So then let's say somebody's just getting an oil change. They can wait.
They can. Yep, they can wait. We have a complimentary shuttle. We can bring you home. We also have we have rental cars. You can rent a car if you'd like. We have a rental car fleet. Or you can hang out with us, or you can just come back later and pick it up. Whatever. We'll ask you what time works for you, and we'll make sure it's done by then.
Okay. And if they have, if Mohawk Honda has any questions for the customer, let's say that they maybe went to work, we're in communication with them.
Yeah,
the
we
whole
can
time,
text, we can email, we have like a chat through our system we use Xtime.
Cool.
Or we can just give them a phone call if that's what they prefer.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're at work and you maybe can't get that phone call, service has that way to just shoot you a message, and you can reply when you're available, especially if there's a question. Like if we have a question for you or you have a question for us.
Or if like the tech recommends anything, we also have the ability to send them the multi-point inspection through text. And then you can either tell us yes or no if you want to do something.
Okay.
But
Got
again, there's always pictures. Technicians take pictures so you can visually see what the technician's recommending.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, it is.
Pictures.
Right.
It's nice.
Pictures always nice.
Yeah,
It's nice
because
to see it.
right. Because I'm not, even though I've been doing this for a little bit, I'm not a technical guy. You don't want me to change your oil. So, if somebody says like your tires
Nate and Mike
worn,
change oil.
Yeah.
Mohawk Table Talk
we got a lot
segment.
of ideas today. If somebody says my tires are worn, just saying that may not make as much sense as if I saw a photo of it, right?
Exactly.
Like a photo of like, ooh, geez, what happened there?
Yeah.
I was going the speed limit on the way to work to not be late, and
Of course.
tires are worn.
Well, potholes are a thing.
Oh,
They are.
that's right. That's right. We won't get started on that.
You all know about those potholes. Don't you go saying you don't.
And that's certainly not a shot at the city. It's impossible with all this ice.
I was really thinking like we haven't engineered a new form of asphalt that can withstand the brutalness of our plows that just scrape the snot out of the roads.
And I'm probably with the majority of folks that I love when the plows are clearing the snow and so I can drive on the roads. But then later I'm like, oh geez, look what those things did, right? They cleared everything, but now what we're left with is like, it's like an adventure to drive out there and half the roads.
It's like Frogger. Make sure you don't get hit by the pothole.
It is. Also for the folks, we talk about we talked about arriving at the dealership. We talked about the check-in. We talked about getting things through and communicating with you the entire time before you pick up. If you could list a couple, Sam, a couple reasons why somebody may want to do have their service done, even if it's just an oil change at a dealership with their Honda, instead of maybe going somewhere else where they're not specialized in that product.
Well, we take really good care of our customers. From the time they check in, from the time they check out, we make sure everything that they want done is done. We even do a complimentary car wash too every time. It is free.
I like that.
Yep, especially with the salty weather. So it's nice to have your car washed. If you do want it like wiped down too, they will do that complimentary. But we just check everything over. We're all really good, nice and good to work with. We have a great team in service. So it is really nice when you walk in and everyone's just very smiley and happy to see you.
That's right.
And we do have the cheapest oil change around.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not that price is everything, but it's definitely something. Why spend more if you don't have to? And also, of course, like you had mentioned before, we scan the vehicle identification number for recalls, and then our technicians, should you need something, are certified by Honda, right?
They are. We have I think they said the other day, we have over 20 master technicians in
wow.
there. Yeah.
That's got to be a high point for the
There's
area.
a lot of them. Yeah.
Dang.
That's right.
That's crazy.
So not to undersell that, but certified Honda master technicians are almost the echelon of what you can achieve in terms of technical knowledge for a technician. When we're talking about technician, we're talking about the person that's physically putting the wrenches and the bolts on your car, doing, whether it's that oil change or those brakes or so forth. So that is really, really a big selling feature. So if I heard you right, we're great to deal with because we have nice, smiley people for sure.
Nice, smiley people.
We certainly have a convenient service drive and service hours because service is open the entire time that sales is open. Correct, and we don't close early or anything. So if you want to come after work, that's pretty cool. Yep. Obviously, a state-of-the-art facility, right?
Obviously,
comfortable waiting area, all the coffee and the snacks and all that stuff. So that's nice, and the patio. So we're gonna get there.
And the terrace.
That's right.
Terrace patio.
The recall check, multi-point inspection, complimentary. I'm running out of fingers here. Here, quick, take my shoes off. Complimentary car wash.
I got 10 more digits for you.
Complimentary car wash. We have certified master technicians and certified Honda technicians to make sure that your vehicle is handled right. Shuttle. Rental vehicles, if available. I'm running out. And obviously that recall check. So I got all 10 there. That recall check, which is super important because some recalls are very easily handled, but some are safety recalls. And so there's probably more than that, but that's at least 10 reasons why coming to Mohawk Honda, why coming to the dealership makes a lot of sense. Not that you may not trust Mike to handle your oil change in the backyard, but it's not the same.
Right.
It's not the same.
Come
to Mohawk Honda, Mohawk Chevrolet. We have the experts. We have the ability to do that. And of course, you see folks like Sam. Yeah. And please.
And you can come see us.
That's right.
Mike and Nate
you're gonna,
from Table Talk.
Yeah, well, trust me, we won't touch it. I promise you. But Sam will set you up. If you see her, say hello in the service drive there. She's the smiling face right when you walk toward that waiting room for sure. You have anything else to add for the folks?
No.
Okay. Just ready to get back at it.
Ready.
Do you have anything else for Sam?
No, you nailed it all, Mike.
Sorry about that. I was I kind of took over there, but I'm like, and I need to get my car in for service, so I'm thinking ahead. Wipers, no good. Get it in for service, oil change, car wash.
So come see us later.
That's right. I don't know if I can get a car wash. I work here, but we'll see.
I'll wash your car for you, Mike.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mike will have a wash car. Nice and clean.
Great. So the service process, if you have any questions at all, you're welcome to, of course, put them in the comments or chime in if you're on the live. Or, of course, you can give us a call. You can contact us through the website, through our chat feature. Or, of course, if you just want to stop through, we'd love to see you.
Yeah.
What do you think is the number one question you get from your customers when they come in?
The number one?
The first thing that comes to my mind.
how long will this take?
Okay.
That is a very, I mean, I'd want to know too.
Right.
How long you're going to, especially if you're waiting.
Of course.
It really depends on what you're coming in for. If you have a recall, it does take longer sometimes because we do have to have, sometimes master techs do have to do your recalls and not our express department. So it all varies.
Yeah.
But we communicate it and
Well.
we give you different options.
We have lots of different options for all of our customers.
Set those expectations. That's super important. That's something that I know we as a team spend a lot of time talking about. And certainly everybody likes to get everything done soon, but there is such a thing as too fast, right? It's like if you got a full detail on your car, you don't want that to be brought back to you in 10 minutes because the chances of it being really good detail probably not there, right? Same thing with I know on my car, if I was having brakes or tires, if that only took 2 minutes, I'd say, what happened there? How was that possible? Yeah. So there's an appropriate amount of time for each repair, but it sounds like we can let the folks know when they come in exactly what to expect.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect. I like it.
Got any bet you didn't knows?
I do. That's right. This is for both.
Thank you, Sam. You've been awesome. Everyone, thank you. Thanks, Sam, for hopping on here to give us her expertise in what it looks like when you are getting your car serviced.
That's right. And what is important to me to really kind of stamp through, there's a lot of good values there in my 10 finger. That's all I had anyway. I didn't take my shoes off. But that one of the points
all you needed
about having service, the ability at Honda or Chevrolet to check your vehicle for recalls. There are a lot of vehicles. There are millions and millions of vehicles driving around in the country with incomplete recalls, right? Some of those might not be a big deal, but some could be safety related. Right. So it's very important that happens. The abundance of recalls is not necessarily a bad thing, and it is not necessarily an indication that there's a problem with the vehicle or there's poor workmanship. It's the difference in 2024, because we're finished with 2024, of course, compared to 10 or 20 years ago, are that the microscope on the fit, finish, and the technical part of each vehicle as they're made is just so much greater. It's microscoped more now than it was before. So it's not necessarily that the vehicles are made any differently or any worse for sure. So bet you didn't know. This is a question again, maybe I'll ask both. Do you know how many recalls were issued nationwide according to the national in the whole entire year of 2024? All makes and models. How many recalls, not how many cars are affected, how many recalls in 2024
how many cars
according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration? I, of course, have the answer right here. So
100.
Ooh, that's well shy. What do you think, Sam? We still got Sam on here?
I'm like 500.
Okay, and she's a little high. 360.
Oh, wow.
So NHTSA
Right in the middle.
NHTSA tracked 360 recalls of all makes and models.
Let's take our average.
That is a lot of recalls. Those 360 recalls affected 8.65 million vehicles that were on the road last year. So that's a big number, and that's such a big number. I can't stress enough how important it is that if you own a vehicle and you haven't checked for your recalls, you can get onto the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website. If it's a Honda or Chevrolet vehicle, you can just call us. Call your friends at Mohawk Auto Group. Call somebody like Sam. Call the dealership, and we'll be happy to run down exactly what's going on with your vehicle. Because even though there may be a recall on a specific type of model, like a Honda, that doesn't mean it's on your car specifically. So we want to make sure we give you the right info.
Absolutely.
Whew, that's a lot.
We did it.
We did it.
Well, everybody, we want to thank you for hopping in live. If you're watching the replay, make sure you comment. Anything that you saw in here, maybe you had some service questions, throw them in the comments below. If you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, thank you so much. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, wherever you social, just like, share, and subscribe to this. So we'll talk to you next time on Mohawk Table Talk, where we're making you an educated buyer, because an educated buyer is the best buyer.
Wow, you guys are really good at this. Thanks, yeah, you're welcome.